Hey, how y'all doing? It's Sunday, baby! Well, we made it through the weekend, and I'm terribly sorry about yesterday. I missed my show. Life throws you a curve every once in a while. You got to deal with it, and it took me all day and all that stuff. Anyway, what's going on? Well, how you like this shirt? Well, what's I say? Yeah, well, like that's just your opinion, man. Yeah, well, that's just, like your opinion. This came from John Heron. He's in St. George, Utah. He's a progressive, independent redneck. That's what he calls himself. And if ain't nobody noticed, there seems to be a lot of us around. Anyway, he sent me this shirt because he's got a nephew. And Lord, can I relate? I got lots of them. Nephews and nieces, I tell you. I got a boatload of them that are Trumpers, that are GOPers. And John's trying his best to convince them. And it doesn't work. She tries to tell him, opinions are like assholes, man. Everybody's got one of them, and most of them stink. Anyway, John's constantly trying to win them over, and I wish him luck. I don't hardly see mine anymore. They don't come around. I don't go around. Kind of backed off each other, I guess. But I wish them well. I love every one of them. But anyway, what's going on in the news? Well, where's Donnie boy? Well, Donnie's where he's at all the time on the weekend. He's playing golf. But this time he's up in Virginia at his Virginia Bribe Center up there. That's, he tries to spread the wealth around to his places there, his golf clubs. So he's in Virginia now, and he's playing golf at that Bribe Center. But, anyway, Donnie's pissed. What's Donnie pissed about? Oh, Donnie's all upset. Why? Well, because of me, and you, and the rest of us blue dots across this country and around the world. He's mad because we're resisting. Oh, he's all upset, and he's complaining that, the Democrats are all against him, and they have this resist thing, and it's not good for the country. Are you shitting me, Donnie? Why don't you sit down tonight and rewind all them tapes from the campaign trail that you ran your mouth off? You're the least one that ought to be saying anything, you asshole. You ain't done shit since you got in there to try to bring this country together for squat. You call us, enemies sometimes? You call us all sorts of names. That's what Donnie does. Donnie calls people's names because that's what little bullies in the schoolyard do. Oh, you're a butthead. Well, that's Donnie. Donnie's going to call everybody a butthead. And Donnie's upset, and that's pissing him off. Well, good for our side. Get used to it, asshole. Shit, Obama took 8 years of this crap, and you're whining after what? Just a few months into your term? You're already crying about how we're treating your ass? You are a pantywaist, buddy, a little whining bitch. That's all you are. Anyway, the Senate came out with their health care bill. Well, la-dee-da. You think it's going to go? Nope, I don't think it's going to fly at all. They already have at least 4 or 5 senators that have already said no, and another 3 or 4 leaning no, and after this weekend, baby, there's going to be a bunch of them saying no. Well, because right now, up in the Rocky Mountains, in a nice little expensive resort, I'm sure, well, there's a meeting going on. Americans for Prosperity. That always sounds good, right? Them Republicans, they come up with great names, all sorts of patriotic themes in there, throw a bird in there flying by or something. The Republicans are right there. But the Americans for Prosperity, the head of that group is Tim Phillips. And who does he work for? Well, he works for the Koch brothers. And the Koch brothers, they don't like this bill. They don't like the Senate bill because it doesn't go far enough for the conservative side. They want it more conservative. And so they're all having a big meeting up at a resort up in the Rocky Mountains this weekend. And the only people that get to attend now are those that are willing to guarantee that they will donate $100,000 a year or more to the different funds that the Koch brothers have to push their policies and agendas and all that. But so, unless you're just really rolling in the dough, you're not invited. I wasn't invited. I didn't get an invitation because I ain't got money to pay them. And that's what it's all about, getting that money going. They're expecting to raise between 3 and 400 million, and Cokie Boy there says they're looking at the high side of that. So over $400 million just to fight this damn bill, and they're going to use that money to fight against their own Republican senators if they have to, if they vote for that bill. So how many more do you think are going to turn around by this weekend? Ted Cruz is up there at that meeting, and so is Dean Heller, and both those guys already said, no, they're not going to do it. Well, I guess we know where they're getting their money from and where they're getting their motivation from. They're getting it from Koch brothers' money. So whatever the Koch brothers decide, that's what they'll do. Because, 2018's next year, people, we got a lot to do. Mucho trabajo between now and then. But we got to get it done. Anyway, what else is going on besides old Republicans and their health care bill is bullshit? Well, it's the end of Ramadan. It's the end of Ramadan, the Muslim holiday. It's sort of like, as far as I can know, it's like Lent. You got to give up, except for the Muslim faith, they got to give up. They can't eat or drink during the day. They can only eat at night. And all the other presidents, Obama and Bush and Clinton, everybody back has always had an iftar, I think they call it, a meal to celebrate the end of Ramadan. Yep, not Donnie boy. Donnie said no, he's not celebrating no Muslim holidays. Well, there you go. If it ain't a Christian celebration, Donnie's not interested. Because most of them white supremacists are also the same way with their religion. It's only my religion and nobody else's. But they can't even celebrate it to show our faith that the Muslims that we have in our country and Muslims around this world who aren't fanatics are welcome in society. But Donnie don't think that. Donnie wants to ban all Muslims. If he had his way, he'd kick them all out, I'm sure. Anyway, what else is going on? Well, it's Gay Pride Month, and it's Pride Month, I guess they call it. And so they're having marches all across the country today. They're all the way from New York all the way out to San Francisco. They're having marches for Pride Month. And you got to know that they are serious, because there's a Pride March in Istanbul, Turkey today. Ain't that something? That's not a popular thing in Turkey. So bless their hearts that they stand up for their rights as human beings just like everybody else. And that's what this is about. These marches in this month is to celebrate that they have just as much rights as anybody else. And I also saw where New York Governor Cuomo, what's his name, Cuomo? Well, he's approved the artist there that's going to make the first statue for gay and lesbian transgender monument to go up in some park at Hudson River Park in New York. They're going to erect a monument there because there's a lot of people that should be in history for that. And one of them, I can't remember anything. All I do is I remembered this story I read about a famous doctor back in the 1800s in England, how he rose to be the world's leading premier doctor. And world renowned. He was a surgeon, he was a teaching doctor, and everything else until his death, when they found out that he was actually a she. Because women weren't allowed to learn medicine back in those days. They were just there to boil water and stuff. And this doctor, although a woman, dressed as a man all her life to get the education and to do the job that she did to actually heal people, but she had to hide the fact that she was a woman. So there's gender things going on there. I don't know how I tied that in. I just remember that story. And we need to change that, and I'm glad those marches are going on all over the country. And I stand with them 100%. Anyway, I wanted to give out a shout to Ken and Julie Edwardson in Kansasville, Wisconsin. And because today is their 51st wedding anniversary, I just celebrated my 40th not long ago, so I know with that 51 years, man, that's just outstanding. We wish you well, we send you our love, and hope your anniversary is just everything you wanted. There are a couple of blue dots, and they're family, so of course we're going to wish them a happy anniversary. And that's what we have to do. We have to remember that this movement is like a family. We need to reach out like John does to his nephew, to try to get him over to our side, to get some sense talked into him. It's things that we like that we have to do within our own family, wherever we can reach out. I'd reach out, there ain't nobody around me for miles. And but I'm reaching out this way. And if I'm reaching you, well, and yes, to the answer to one of those questions, Donna, yes, there has been people changed. I got a few messages from people that told me that somebody they knew had indeed come on over to our side after hearing so much of my rants every day, and I'm sure a lot of other influences too, because you got to admit the man's an idiot up there in the house. He makes a point of it every day to show us that. So it's not long before a lot of these Republicans are going to realize that, and they're going to turn on his ass because he's just a disgusting liar. And they're being represented by a disgusting liar. So forget the 25% down there, little deplorables that we can't talk to, because they are, and they're proud of that. They're proud to be a racist and all that. They can't turn them. We can turn all the other ones that have common sense. So let's use it on them. Explain it to them like a baby if you have to, or whatever. But get them over to our side, because 2018 is coming and we need all the voters we can get. Anyway, y'all enjoy your Sunday. Like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, John Briteville, Blue Dot in Texas. Run over to Don's fan page there, John Briteville Speaks. Don, thank you very much. I need to catch up with you, buddy. And my Patreon and my Twitter feed. And all the stuff that I'm trying to do to keep this movement going and to keep all of us motivated for one thing. To get that lying, stinking man out of our house. Because every day he's up there is just a day that makes me ill. And I want to live a long time. I'm tired of feeling ill. And he makes me sick every day. Anyway, Blue Dots around the world, we love you. Sue and Mike, Tony, and Jackie. Y'all take care over there. Lamont in Paris. And the young lady in Germany the other day I spoke to. I can't remember your name right now. Anyway, dear, y'all have a good time. We appreciate your support. We stand with you as you stand with us. So on that note, y'all have a good Sunday. We will see you tomorrow. I will dig more into the news, find out what's going on. Today I just kind of glanced over a lot of things because I'm left over some shit from yesterday. And you know how it is when shit happens, and you got to deal with it. Anyway, y'all have a good one. We will see you tomorrow. Y'all take care now. Bye.